Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am back for the hashtag 50 stack challenge number 7. This is a 25-week prompt assignment challenge. If you're going to join in, please use the hashtag 50 stack challenge 7, only because that allows other people that are also doing it to find you so that they can see what you're up to. But I mean, you don't have to. Hashtag 50 stack challenge 7, 25-week prompt assignment challenge. Each week I draw 2 prompts out of my paper bag. All the prompts are in here from the beginning of the challenge, so I don't even know what I'm going to draw. I draw 2 of them, and then the idea is to make 1 piece of ephemera for each of the prompts. So for example, last week I drew number 5 was postage stamp, and I collaged postage stamps all over my coin envelope here, and then the back would get glued down to a journal page, and you could have a tuck on this side as well as the pocket up here. So I did that, and then I also did this tag with Christmas postage stamps. So that's what I did for postage stamp, but you could use 1 postage stamp and you're done, or something that looks, you know how they have the digitals with postage stamps, or the Tim Holtz postage stamps, whatever. That's totally fine. Okay. Number 6 was flower, so I used this little flower image, floral image, on my tag. All right, so that is as simple as it gets. You can interpret these how you like. You can use whatever base that you want to use. So it's really just meant to be a fun way to build up your ephemera, is all it is. So what are we on? 6, right? Yeah, 7 is ledger paper. Number 7, ledger paper. So if you don't have like an old ledger to use ledger paper from, you can use a digital that looks like ledger paper. If you have scrapbook paper that looks like a ledger paper, you know, whatever. Just a little piece is all you need. Number 8 is grungy. So that can be anything you want, just make it grungy. And if you're not a huge fan of grungy, one person's idea is different than another's on grungy. So for example, you could say this started out really white. I added some gesso, and then I just took my inker and inked all over the gesso, and I would consider that grungy. So it doesn't have to be super like, you know, dirty looking or whatever. If you tend to like a cleaner look, maybe just add a little bit more ink than you normally would. It's your interpretation of grungy. You can spritz it with, you know, like a vintage photo, and call it grungy. That's fine. I am not the 50 stack challenge police, so just have fun with it. It can even just be some old, you know, grungy paper that's just gotten a good patina to it. All right. So I'm going to get some things together and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So I have my piece of ledger paper, which is number 7. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to make one of these little, like, it's just an envelope, but you cut off the point of the envelope and put it as a pocket here. I don't know that I'll add the pocket here. I might just do the envelope itself with the tab. So I have a piece of 8x8 ledger. And I'm going to take my envelope punch board, and then on here I have 8x8, so I need to score it 4 1/4, or wait, that's the card size, never mind, 3 1/2. Sorry, haven't done this for a while, obviously. So I'm going to put my corner at 3 1/2 here, and oh, I wonder if that's gonna, I always get mixed up with the top and bottom, but that doesn't matter right this minute. So 3 1/2, and get a score line there. Just be careful not to poke through your paper. I have done it. And then you turn your paper all the way to the other side and go 3 1/2. It just turns out better. You can just turn the paper, but I have discovered through making these envelopes that it works better if you do the top, then the bottom, and then do your sides. Then you take the score that you just did and put it right where that little this little sticking out part is. And score it again. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Oopsie. And then we're going to fold it and we'll decide, you know, which ends up kind of thing. And you're going to get some stuff upside down. There's like no way to totally avoid that. So you're just going to have to decide, well, how did I do that so weird? I've never had it do that before. Well, I guess I goofed it up somewhere. But anyway, I'll just cut these little bits out right here. Oh, Pasha came to say hi with his snotty nose. The snotty nosed little cat. Poor guy. He is doing better than he was. I know he doesn't sound like it. He just woke up, but yeah, he tears around like a madman. I mean, I really do think it is more of an allergy thing than a need for antibiotics, because he's had all the antibiotics one can have. Okay, trying to decide. I turn this side up. Wow. And this one's right side up. So I might go like that way. It's not going to make a difference as far as cutting these out. I've never had one do that before where I had to cut these out, so I don't know what I did wrong, but it's fine. It'll work. So yeah, you just have to decide which way you want up, right? Basically. And then you're going to, rather than having this be a large tab like it is, you're going to cut that off. I'll grab my cutter. And I'm going to cut it right where, you know, that little lip is already. And I'm just going to line up both sides at that lip. So this would be your pocket if you wanted it to be. I actually might, even though it's kind of backwards to have these out, I think I might have those on the outside because I like the number. It'll probably get covered, so I guess it doesn't matter. Sorry, I can't seem to make up my mind today. And then you take your envelope punch board, and where you see the little edge right there, well, it's more like you're going to decide how big you want your tab. This one, I think, is probably 3, 2.5. 2.5. Yeah, I'll do 2.5. That looks right. So you put your little corner at 2.5, punch it. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to do the punches. That's why. Oh my gosh. And then that's why I had to cut those out. If you can see where the line is, you kind of want it in the middle of that little metal thing that's in there. And when you punch, it's going to give you the little lip like you want. And then you're going to cut this extra piece off. Sorry, that was very discombobulated, and that is because I haven't done this forever. And we're just going to cut along the edge till we get to there. And you're just cutting up to meet the edge. And then you're going to cut this little part off too, which I know is kind of sad because, you know, that gives it that look. But see, then that makes a pocket rather than having an envelope. It's just all, you know, different ways of doing these things. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. Basically, you're making an envelope, and you can make it without the envelope punch board, however you might make envelopes. And then just cut, or you can actually take an envelope and cut that the point off and just turn it into a pocket, right? And then I also like to cut this particular one off so that it's even with that, because I don't like that big point sticking up out there. Okay, so that's how we're going to glue it. I hope that made sense. And then what you would do if you wanted to use this is you can decide which way you want your pocket. I don't think I'm going to use it because I'm going to decorate it, and I want to use these little cute Tim Holtz kids that are all dressed for winter. And the pocket's just kind of in the way. But feel free to add your pocket, since that's sort of what it's for. Put glue there, and I like to put it along here too, a little ways, not all the way, because it'll go into your envelope, and you don't want that. Okay, so that makes a nice pocket for your journal, and it has a little tab and everything, which is fun. So I'm going to use these little kiddos. I just think they're so cute. I mean, does it work on this side? I guess it could go over there. She's going to block it a little bit, but there's still plenty of room for a tag. Yeah, I might as well put it on there, huh? I'm going to ink it a little bit. Or you could choose to put colorful paper of some kind on too. You don't have to use that. You could cut out a different triangle, but I kind of like using the one that came off of the top of the envelope. To each his own. What are you doing, mister? Hope you guys had a good weekend. For me, it is Wednesday. I'm trying to film ahead because, like I mentioned, we're going to ride our quad, and then we're going with the kids to go paddleboarding and all that. So just got stuff to do. One of these for the tab, I think. I think I want to let it snow. And this is just a paper stack, I think from Hobby Lobby, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, pretty sure that's where I got that one. That's kind of one of the only craft stores we have that have those paper stacks. We don't have Joann's anymore. We have Michael's, but a lot of times I'm not really crazy about their paper stacks because quite frequently they're a little more modern than what I like. But, you know, that's just my own thing. Sometimes I like them. I think I'll just trim off whatever doesn't quite fit. I could bring it down just a little. That'll kind of help because there's a fold right there from the envelope. Sorry, I do have my window open. Yeah, that'd be cute on there. And then on this pocket, I might put some snowflake paper. Not like that, kind of. I could do that. That'd be kind of cute, huh? And I think I'll make a triangle that's just a little bit smaller than this triangle that's on here. So you can kind of still see the ledger paper and that. Probably better clip the other side too, just in case. So I line them up well. Oh, except I want it a little smaller, huh? Well, let us see what we can do. I could see it would help, huh? I got myself the other day with this blade, and I was shocked at how sharp it actually is. There's my little... right there. Yeah, I was a little amazed. It is sharp, sharp, sharp. Was not great. Yeah, that'll work. I know, why did I bother with the other one? But anyway. It's a super simple, fun little pocket though. And you can put quite a bit in there. That helps you see it's a pocket a little bit better. And we can cut like a journaling card out of that. I like that. That's Santa, the Santa letters. Clean up the edge on that. I need it, I guess about 5.5 will work. Too big. Maybe just a little bit off, a little bit more. Yeah. And I'll round those corners. Oh, we need some for a tag too. Oh, it's getting warm in here now. It was nice and cool all day. Got to be pushing that 85-degree mark, I'm thinking. That little card. I'm gonna ink up these kiddos. I may have just made this too big and not realized. 5.5 will work. It's just going to be, it's a big pocket. So I just won't put glue on her head right there. And I think that'll be fine all glued, because we'll put like a regular tag in there. Santas, how about some Santas? Oh, this is the same one I used before. I just liked those, like Let It Snow and all that. Use up the scraps, right? How tall do I want it? I think we'll go just about 4. Oopsie. Now that is not right. How did I... This thing sometimes makes me crazy because it doesn't look right. I guess it is the same. That one will go in there. And the cute kids are here. Is that going to work? Maybe I won't glue on her arm and her head, so this side only. Go down here a little. Paper towel. Where did you go, mister? Oh, he's still sitting there. He's still sitting there. He's just not huffing and puffing, as we say. I think sometimes he does that on purpose. I know that sounds crazy, but he does sigh at appropriate times, like he'll actually sigh it when it's fitting. So it's very odd. I've never had a cat quite like him. And I think he does a little bit of that, you know, junk too on purpose. So anyways, you're like, great. There is my ledger paper all turned into a fun Christmas pocket. Super easy. Just make your envelope or use an already made envelope. Cut the corner off and make a pocket, and voila. All right, so that is ledger paper, and then the next one we're going to do is grungy. And for this one, I'm going to collage on this strip of manila file folder. And I'm going to use all different kits that I have. This is my, I think I called it Autumn 1910. This is out of... Oh, what is this one? It's a fall. I can never remember it because it's an older kit. But it has these leaves in it. I'll try to remember to link them all in the description box. So if you are interested, they'll be in the description box. I think I'm going to use some random bits too. So, oh, I need to say hugs and blessings. I'm so sorry. Hugs and blessings to Faye, Lori, Ellen, and Chris. Thank you guys so much for always watching. Thank you for your kind comments. I appreciate all of you very much. Let me put this one over here. Do this and then do something else. Tear this end. But yeah, I just had, like I told you guys, I've been cleaning up and got rid of a bunch of file folders that I had full of old digitals and all that. Because I never went in there. I never looked in them. So I have all the used up file folders, and I have random scraps that need to get used up. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Yeah, it seemed like a great idea to put them all in file folders, but then I forget about them and I never go through the file folders, so they just sit there and take up a ton of space. So yeah, I can tell it's getting hot in here. My glue is turning to goop. I think it was Betty Ann mentioned maybe if you put it in the refrigerator overnight, which that probably would help, but me remembering to do that and then remembering to get it out before I started videos, like, good luck with that. But probably would help a ton. I don't need to be picky about this because I'm going to turn these into frames. So it just needs to be covered so that I can cut them out with some different looks and things, I guess I should say. And these, yeah, are in the, I think it was autumn 1910 for journaling cards, but I think that they'll be cool bits and pieces to collage with. I do have a few different fall kits, so if you're looking for autumn type things, I do have some. I just haven't made anything with them for a while. But I do have scraps galore, indeed. Well, like those were whole pages, but bits that are left over, how's that? From other past journals. Really is what it is. So we got one Christmas piece, and now we're going to do some fall. So this 50 stack challenge, like I've said before, but if you're new, you can do it as a theme, like Christmas, fall, Halloween, whatever, or you can just make everyday type things, you know, whatever you're working on. And it works great because it just builds all that stuff up so that you have some variety of stuff. Tried to keep the prompts pretty simple so they're not just for Christmas or whatever. You can use them for whatever you want to use them for. Trying to get myself motivated for Christmas stuff. And I have this one too, but those leaves are so huge. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going for a ride tomorrow because we haven't done that really much at all this year. Just been doing other things. Well, the cruise, that was awesome, and just that took up a lot of our summer planning for it and all the things, you know. If you go on a trip of any kind, it's always a time-consuming thing. But that was definitely a once-in-a-lifetime, and it was a blast. We had so much fun, and it was so fun with the kids being older and everything. I feel like they got a lot out of it. I'm just going to kind of ding up this bottom. And I'm probably going to have a little space over here, but I'm not going to worry about it because, like I said, I'm going to do frames, so it's not going to end up using the whole thing anyway. Are you huffing and puffing again, sir? Are you not getting your desired attention? Is that what the problem is? Is that what your problem is, little cat? Nobody's paying attention to you right now. I know. I see you. You're adorable. With your stuffy up nose. With your little stuffy up nose, cat. Stuffed up nose cat. Dad's home, Pasha. Is he busy taking trash out and all that jazz? You're not paying attention either. It's hard to be the baby cat. Huh. Oh, he found a sunbeam. That's going to make being the baby cat easier. It's a rough life. Pasha, Pasha, Pasha. Pasha, Pasha, Pasha. He always likes a sunbeam no matter how hot it is. Middle of the summer when it's just blazing. He just laying outside, cooking himself. Loving every minute of it, huh? Loving every minute. And in the winter, I open the door and he's like, it is not 80 degrees. I'm not going out there. Forget it. When he was a kitten, my daughter took him out the first snow right after we got him. And he hissed at the snow. And I was like, yes, that is my cat. That is definitely my cat. Because I understand. It's a horrible, horrible thing. Who wants to be out in that? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take this frame and I'm going to go cut a couple of these and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I only cut out one because I broke my board and everything. It was quite entertaining. I've never had that happen, but I guess I haven't used that in a while. And the plastic piece that you run through the Big Shot just snapped in half. So I was like, well, I guess I'm cutting out one frame today. I'll have to get a new one of those. I haven't used it in forever, so I'm not that surprised, honestly. But you can also, you know, cut out your own frame, especially if you do a rectangular piece like this, because you can just cut the rectangle on your cutter and then measure and cut out the metal. So however you want to do that. Oh yeah, we're doing grungy. I forgot grungy. So we're going to make this grungy. Not that I have trouble doing that anyway. But yeah, I just thought these frames would be fun. I might use this one in the journal, the fall journal that I'm working on. Wow, I really did not get a good cut on that at all. That was not a happy camper for that today. Okay, and then I wanted to put this, maybe tuck it in there. I don't know, it might be too big though. Might have to find something else to tuck in there. Once you put it on the, oh my gosh, my brain. Page, Amy, the page. That's what happens when my brain's doing other things. Put a little gesso. We'll get it good and grungy here. But Collage Masterboards is all I gotta say, because there's a million things you can do with a Collage Masterboard, which is basically what that was. It was just, you know, kind of a small version, but you can do them big. You can do multiple ones hooked together and then just make tags and these type of things, frames, whatever, journaling cards, all the stuff out of that. Okay, I'm gonna have to pause again. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I think this is mostly dry. Got a few other things together here, but we're gonna grungy that up some more where the gesso is. Especially because I put it on digitals and it turns pink. But if you're grungying, then it doesn't really matter because you can cover that up. Let's use, need a piece of scrap paper or something that I can spritz stuff on. I think I'll spritz this a little bit too. Need a little bit. I don't want to get a bunch on her. This is Vintage Photo. That's good. I don't want a ton of grunge, but I do want a little bit grungy. And that might even do just a little bit of black splatters on the frame, just so they show up a little bit more. I know now it's wet again. Oh my gosh. I probably should have done this part first and then let it dry while I did the other card, but I didn't think that far ahead, so there you have it. Stuck to my finger, but we can distress these and get them inked. I'm gonna just plunk this right over some of those spots and it'll probably kind of soak into this. Oh my goodness, maybe. Everything's decided it's not gonna work now. And it's gonna hang over, but that's okay. You need to do these. I have this little, it says the first breath of autumn. I don't remember where I got those because again, found them in all my junk. But I know if you go on Etsy and search for, did I already do this? Yes. Like autumn phrases or words or whatever, you'll get all kinds of things. So this lady, this is one of my autumn posters. Or they're called Old Posters Fall, I think is what I call them. And a piece of paper to go on the back, but it will give you extra writing. Extra writing space. All right. She's just going to tuck in behind him once it's attached onto a journaling page. And then it's a fun little reading spot or writing spot there. I'm going to put these down somehow or other here. Oh, how's he going to sit? Crinkle that up a little bit. Make it more grungy. Kind of wanted this to tuck underneath. I don't know if this is going to fit now. I put I used it to soak up ink. Okay, so he's going to sit on here, but I'm going to put his bum behind and his elbow in front, I think, if I can get it to work. Because that'll give us the best look of sitting there. And that's kind of all he's going to be glued by. We could do some under his arm too, I guess. Not much, but every little bit helps, right? Okay. And then when he glues onto the page, you can just kind of tuck back there like that. Or you can put, you know, like a family photo or whatever. That is just an idea. So for example, I don't have this page ready to go, so I'm not going to glue it on yet. But once I get a background, he could go like that. That would all get glued down except for him. And I'd probably just glue like a small edge around so that if you wanted to put a photo back there, there would be room, right? But that's how that one would go. So that's my grungy. And where did I put the other one with the kiddos? I already buried it. Ledger. So number 7 is ledger paper. And like I said, again, you can use like these kind of things even sometimes look like they have ledger inside of them. So you could use something like that. You can use a digital, whatever. Don't feel like I don't have ledger paper, so I can't do it. You can just approximate, like something that looks close to ledger is just fine. And then grungy, and that again is however grungy you like it. Like you could just do some spritz if you want to. You don't have to do the gesso and all that stuff. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll chat again soon. Love ya.